Good morning. Good morning. What is up, my people? All right, gang, check it out. What we're going to do today is we're going to dive into a couple of things. I want to start out with a situation that one of our dear friends is going through, and I wanted to see if there is a way that we might be able to assist him by putting our heads together. After that, we're going to dive into a little bit of a Q&A and then just really get prepared for closing out the rest of this year with a bang. So we're going to talk about some things there. So let's dive right in. Okay, so a buddy of mine sent the message this morning, and I want to make sure I get the message semi-right, but he's looking for a way to monetize a channel, right? But not really like a YouTube channel. We're talking about IG in this particular case. And correct me if I'm wrong, it might be bigger than the IG, but I know the IG is pretty massive, so I'm gonna use that in an example today. And if if there's another one that's even bigger than this here IG channel, hit me up, let me know in the chat, and we'll get it twisted. So let's pop on over here to this browser. I need you to be quiet. We're gonna stop the music. Boom. All right, thank you. Y'all heard the theme song. Y'all know what it is. All right, so Meme. See, I'm already skipping stuff. Lem has this amazing Instagram channel, and it's called Memes for Talks, right? It's basically memes for photographers. It's a lot of funny stuff over here. It's relatively hilarious, but what you see is that when you have a following of 24,400, you should be able to turn that into something. So we were thinking of like, what are some cool ways for Brother Lem to turn his content, the stuff that he's creating, this decent sized following, how do you monetize that and to turn it into something, relatively dope and relatively swanky? Okay, so he got the merch shop popping already, right? So we know that, the merch thing is out there. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. What's genius is he's using it as an Amazon storefront, right? As an Amazon storefront, photographers always buying gear. Like, we just don't stop, right? There's so much stuff in here. We're always buying gear. Wait, hold on. 2 weeks after buying new shoes for weddings. This is a fact. When I was shooting a lot of weddings, basically what I wore was these or the Adidas version of these. It's basically black shoes. Here in Hawaii, if it's going to be at a house or something where I got to take shoes off, I would wear the Skechers because you can slip out of them. If I was going to be outside, it was basically black on black on black on black Adidas. Actually, I have them on my feet right now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm wearing Birkenstocks right now. But yeah, this is funny. Lem, this is absolutely funny. So having an Amazon storefront is a genius way to do it, especially if you're talking about stuff that's going to fit a lot of people. The only disadvantage to this is you got to put in a lot of work to stay on top of this. And I can tell because there's none of the new stuff up here that should be here. There's about 20 new items off the top of my head that are missing from this list. You want to go and do these ASAP. Okay, so now the other disadvantage is you would think that according to Amazon, they want you to have certain things in the hand, and you don't have them in the hand. And you don't want to take all of the money that you're making and buy a bunch of stuff that you're not going to use, right? Also, when you start doing this stuff for Amazon, people, trust me, like the people that want to send you stuff comes out of the woodwork, and most of them are full of crap. So you got to be a little bit careful there. But there's other ways to monetize this. So let's go back real quick and let me check and see. This is going to be a little bit funny, but let's go into the reels. There's some in here, but this is where you're going to score all your gold. You're going to score all your gold in the meme area in doing reels or posting reels and coming up with cool stuff like that. That's because that just keeps the attention on the channel. But my suggestions right now would be to generate a volley and a volley for coaching, right? OLLEY. And let's get volley app, because if you just type volley into Google, you're going to get volleyball. You don't want to do that. All right. So I would suggest you start. Hey, what's up, Steph? I would suggest you start a volley group for volley coaching group for yourself for photographers, because one thing photographers also do a lot is we're forever in training, we're forever looking at stuff, checking out stuff, whatever. Okay, so one of the first things you could do to bring a lot of value into the volley channel is to look at, okay, Sony just dropped like 3 new cameras, Canon dropped 3 new cameras, Nikon dropped 2, right? So you would do volleys and whatnot, speaking about whatever the new camera is, and, you know, answer people back and forth. They're going to have questions for you, right? It's easy. All you got to do is talk. You don't got to be in your studio. You don't got to be set up. You could be at work. You could literally be at work with your nurse's outfit on and run out into the hallway. Everybody else could take a cigarette break. You could take a volley break. I know you don't smoke, right? Run out, pop your phone up, and be like, all right, volley squad, or memes for togs or whatever the heck you call yourself, MOTs. No, that's not right. MFTs. That's too close to NFT. I don't know what the hell you guys call yourself. Anyway, you pop outside and then you can say, a message to them. You could talk about this new thing. You could talk about whole Black Friday. You would have been killing it, right? These are all of the photography stuffs that everybody should be looking for Black Friday. Right now, since you don't have your volley set up, still Cyber Weekend. Cyber Weekend basically going to run until Christmas. So if nothing else, pop up and then go for that. Man, Lem, I will punch you straight in your face. We do not have these conversations up in this area. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. No one's asking you to be an expert. No one's asking you to be an expert. We're asking you to be a working photographer that deals with working photographer-ish at the same as every other working photographer. No one's asking you to be Scott Colby. I'm Scott Bourne, or is Scott Colby too. They're both the Scotts. Anyway, no one's asking you to be them. No one's asking you to be Annie Leibovitz. We're asking you to be Lem, right? You can't be none of the rest of them because you're too short. So just be you. Be like, hey, all right, anybody else finding out that after the Panini, like, work opportunities are there, but they're not as lucrative as before? Yeah, because people cut budgets. So how do you decide what lucrative jobs to take or what jobs not to take, right? I mean, there's so much in our industry is limitless. When it comes to content, when it comes to conversations, when it comes for things for people to fight about, our industry is limitless. And I know you know this because the majority of your memes are us fighting about stuff, right? You could have an entire, let's just go ahead and have this fight, left, right, or indifference about auto white balance. I'm on team never auto white balance, because auto white balance was made for white people, not for me. So like, you could start entire conversation around the auto white balance conundrum. You could stop an entire conversation. Oh my God, around this, right? Like, yeah, you don't have to coach from a position of I'm the expert, listen to me. You could be like, I'm just like you, come with me. Of course, you're Filipina, so yeah, auto white balance ain't working for you neither. So, oh my God, man, your mom is so cute, right? Like, Bob's was like, oh, I seen Dina's mom. I'm like, how you seen Dina's mom? I didn't even know, right? And then she's like, oh, I seen it on the Instagram. I'm like, what? How do you have Instagram? Nana showed it to her. So, anyway, I was gonna say your mom's adorable. Thank you, right? Right, there you go. What's up, Ant? Good to see you here. Right, photographers are all about this. Hey, Lim, check this out, fam. In the LGL community, we got a bunch of photographers, right? We got Ant here. We got Gretchen. We got myself, right? But we also have a bunch. Oh, Dina, another one, right? We also, and hey, she's Filipina, so she's gonna listen to you anyway, right? there's we also have a bunch of sleeper photographers, people who just bought kit, who just bought gear, who are out here trying to learn stuff. So while to the other quote unquote pro photographers, you might have to talk level with them, to basically the most of the people in the chat, you're going to be talking from this position. You're going to be the 6'6" person in the room because you've been a working photographer for many, many years. Speaking of the Gretchen, I was going to call her a Crumpus, but since she's German, she might understand that. Speaking of the Crumpus, Gretchen is here. So yes, I think a coaching community on Volley, and the coaching paid offer stuff is for you to help people figure out, like, ways to progress, ways to do things, and stuff like that. For the community side, which can be a paid community or a non-paid community, and I would say because Memes for Talks takes a lot of work, I would go for a paid community, even if it's a small pay community. You basically set up a paid community in the Volley where some of the get-togethers happen, right? So the other thing, photographers, right? We don't always have other photographers to listen to talk to, whatever, right? Oh, you completely missed the fight over what to do about Instagram when everybody was like, I'm going to run over to Be Real. Be Real sucks. Instagram is still the move, right? So that is number one. I would definitely generate the volume, generate the Volley community there, and possibly put in some paid coaching opportunities. Number two, I would get the Memes for Talk Discord popping so that you guys could have conversations about all myriad things photography in the Discord. If you need help with that, I'm sure Keely is in the chat somewhere. She knows what to do. She could tell you where to start, or you can hire her to set you up, right? So I would do that. Something like the Volley, something like the Discord, and then I would live in Reels. I would live in Reels and Shorts. YouTube Shorts are going to be your life. Now it's actually a thing. Before it was an experiment. Now the experiment has turned into a multi-headed demogorgon. And so now it is actually a thing. YouTube Shorts is life. They're putting a lot of money into it. They're putting a lot of time into it. Like, Sammy has bounced from where he was to close to 2,000 just by doing shorts. Right? Hit up Young Jedi. He's in your neighborhood, actually. You can just call him up. Y'all can coffee it up. And he can tell you, like, shorts have been winning. And I think a combination of hammering this stuff down in the short material, right? I think a combination of going back in and getting that Amazon popping, right? And also getting some coaching action going on the Volley. Now, here's the other thing. You have the ultimate cheat code in your pocket, and you might not realize it. You live in the great city of New York, right? You can easily have, like, Memes for Talks, get-togethers, photo walks, street photography, right? You guys can clump together and do some stuff. Here's another cool one you can do that I know is right up your alley, being the pastor. We're going to set up a Washington Park, right? We're going to set up a photo shoot for, like, say, less than wealthy families, right? All you got to do, bring your kids in their little, Christmas outfit, right? Everybody got their Sunday go to meeting joints. We're going to meet at Bryant Park or Washington Park or, somewhere up in Flatbush, whatever. And then bring some, people bigger than you, protect your equipment. I'm just saying. And we're going to do photos for families that wouldn't otherwise be able to take these kind of photos. My boy Brady, who's not here, we did something here called Help Photos a couple years back. I don't know if you know about that. Have you ever heard about that? Let me see if you can find this online. Help Photos. We did a thing at the park, and what it was we took photos of families of moms who were suffering from spousal abuse or whatever, and they got out, but they needed something to feel better about themselves. So we took photos and family pictures for survivors, whatever. And so you just link up with an organization in your neighborhood. Like, these people need to be uplifted. These people need something. And sometimes it just needs to look pretty again. So my boy Brady and he got some makeup people and some other photographers, and we literally just set up at the beach and just took pictures of these families who otherwise wouldn't have that. Who otherwise wouldn't have something dope to look at, because to them, their family memories might bring a little pain or a little suffering or whatever. That's the kind of thing that you could talk to Adorama, B&H, or smaller shops and be like, look, I'm not asking you for money or nothing. I'm just asking you for some help. I need to rent some heavier tripods and some weights, some reflectors. I'm going to do these pictures for needy people so they can feel better about themselves. We're going to, do their hair, makeup, get them a nice photo. Another one you could pop up somewhere is like, hey, I know you guys need these jobs and you might need some photos, so just come through, right? I've even done profile picture party. That's an easy way to raise money. And you're doing it straight by donations, right? Back in the day, we set up a spot in the local cafe, and we put it out on Facebook and Twitter at that time, and Foursquare, you guys remember? And we had the social media profile picture party. Everybody came in, donation minimum, whatever you want, but most people are donating $9. And we basically took shots, like dope shots for their profile pictures so that everybody don't have to have the whack profile picture, right? And you do that as a way of having a meetup in New York with the photographers that live in the area, right? So you can get these things popping. And once you got them popping, you have a kit, right? It's basically the kit consists of a Canva checklist of all the things you need to do to host one of these parties in your area. So once you got the help photos thing together, the single parents, the single moms, whatever you shooting for, once you got that stuff on point, you basically put that down as a list and you hit up, okay, California branch. Anybody want to set this up, in Crenshaw, right? A Texas branch. Anybody want to hit up the Fifth Ward in Houston? A Pacific Northwest. Gretch, can you do this for single bears? Sorry. PNW, they got the wilderness people up there. And I saw, speaking of PNW, hi, Shelly. I saw you earlier. Good to see you, Mom. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, so there's a couple of ways that you can do this, right? A couple of ways. You can hit up the Hotlanta branch and take, pictures with a little bit less clothes than a chick. Don't mess with Michelle, bro. You see what she did? She sitting that Trinidad juice, came out my camera, started knocking stuff off. I had a seance in my room just now. Yeah, but they can be over there with a little bit less than normal clothes and some chicken wings, because that's, it's for the food. Everybody goes for the food, Magic City. So, yeah, I think start your volley community, start your Discord community. One of those two has to be a paid community. I do think what you're doing with as far as the website and the stories and all of that is a good idea, right? Not that kind of bears, Paul. Not that kind of bears. He got me. But yeah, Lim, I think you have a fantastic situation because you're starting with the baseline that everybody else wished they were starting with. Everybody else wished they were starting with a baseline community of 24,000, right? How many of them is active? I don't know, but you're about to find out. So get your Discord community popping. And, definitely you have got to put some sort of paid membership on the thing. That's going to lead you to coaching. That's going to lead you to where you can bring in a coach and have that coach speak for the day. And that workshop is, like a $30 workshop or something. But, the coach is going to come in. They're going to give them all the good and, get these people back in action, right? Most cases, photographers, we live a lonely existence, man. We live a lonely existence because people don't understand why we spend all this money on gear. that alone is a thing. Oh, come on, family. Come on. Man, I tell you what, I'll trade places with you. You run this joint, you come over here and talk to them, and I'll run memes for photographers for 2 months, and we see what happens. I'm telling you what. Shelly is here. You guys, we have celebrities in the building. Shelly and Miss Eileen. You know what I'm saying? We got the famous folks in the building today. And the limb drops done came through. Somebody woke him up, and then Hannity is here. Thank you guys, man. I'm telling you, I am excited for you, Lim, bro. You know, like we down to help you. Anybody in the community would be down to dive in and help you, and plan things out. Plan things out like the meetups, even if they can't be in person. Do virtual like once a month meetup for the Meme for Togs people, and even in those, until you turn it into a paid situation, be like, look, we're accepting donations because it takes some work to run this joint, and I know that there's people that get stuff out of it. I mean, you wouldn't have 24,000 people in your joint and get 100 to 200,000 interactions a month if people weren't getting something out of it. So I think you can do it as a light ask, and then even if you have to go in, I tell you one thing that you can do easier than I'm gonna say this in the meanest way, but I mean it the truth. One thing you can do easier than the rest of us, and I would talk to Rich. You can get yourself a virtual assistant from this place you might know about pretty easily. And the hardest part about most people in their virtual assistants is the language barrier. But if you happen to have the slightest inclination of Tagalog, I think you got it licked. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I would hit up. There's so many ways to get help, and people would be down. I mean, people would be down. So I know for a fact that when we did Hawaii shoots, right, our group, we would get together and do live meetups once a month, and we would average about 70 people. And we would just have a meetup. We talk about what's going on in the industry, show off some gear. Um, only thing it cost us really was we bought waters, apple and oranges, and them tiny little. When you get the Fritos where you need to eat like 6 bags of it, the little Fritos from Costco. We would just bring that every time, and then we would just get all the photographers talking. They just looking for a way. People are looking for a way to interact, and you already started it. Like you already peeled the first layer of the onion. So running back again for anybody that's looking to build a community in 2023, 2023, this is how you do it. Number one, Discord. Number two, Volley. Number three, a paid portion of either of those. A paid portion of either of those. That didn't work out. This did not work out. And then get to doing these meetups, right? When we met up in Albany, it was dope. When we met up at B&H that day, it was dope. Like it was a thing. And I know it's hard because of scheduling and being a nurse and whatever. I understand that your schedule is hard, so you might have to do a whole bunch of it on the virtual, but it'll help. And the easiest way to find out who's in your community and down to do that work is to put together one of these photographers for good type situation, right? Where you're going to go and take pictures of needy family, take pictures of, folks who otherwise couldn't go into Owen Mills and do one of these, right? I mean, that alone will get your juices going. Once you do something, you have teach it to me, fam. Come on. Once you do something like that and you get your juices flowing, you get that give going out, the rest of it would just pop right in place. So Volley is life, and it'll be a good way for you to start because you can do that in concert. Because it's asynchronous, you can do that in concert with your already busy schedule. Right? Every time one of these nurses take a break, then I'm going to take one too. And if Michelle can watch all these streams from the bathroom, you can run your Volley from the bathroom at the hospital. That's it. That's it. It's just 6 bags. Yo, them little bags of corn chips is irritating. Lim, I'm just telling you, I am super, come on, listen to Keely. I'm super happy to have an opportunity to answer that question this morning because I think a whole bunch of people needed to hear it besides yourself. And thank you for being the guinea pig to allow us to talk about your situation because I know it helped, rub some of the go-go juice on some of these other folks that needed to hear that exact thing, right? You're literally sitting on a gold mine at 24,000 people already. Anything over 2,000, you're sitting on the gold mine. not a 40. It's Mountain Valley water, okay? I know some of you guys thought I was drinking Heineken on camera. Look, if you go like this, nobody knows it's not a Heine. I guess the nutrition label might have gave it away. All right, now we about to get into something crooked. Anybody got any questions? Pop them in real quick. I'm gonna check to see if y'all have some before we dive into what we finna dive into. But I think it's gonna be fan glorious. Lamb man, super excited for you, bro. Glad to see you out in these streets. That's all I gotta say about that. Dude, yo, Owen Mills always had the big sweater, right? Right? I didn't know they were as big as they were. I literally thought that was a East Coast thing because in Rockville, Maryland, where I grew up around the Owen Mills things, we have a place called Owen Mills. And I don't know why, somehow I always thought they were like together or, similarly or whatever. It was a little kid, what do you want? And I didn't realize they were as big as they were. But all of the Owen Mills picture, you either had that or you had the one where there's one of you like this and another one of you like this up in the corner. So that was a traditional like Owen Mills photo if ever there was. Dang, y'all got me cracking up over here as well as sniffling the allergy juice. Hold on. I just thought of something. Todd be messing with me. Todd be making me think of crazy stuff. So, hold on. Hold on for one more day. Yo, I'm going to move this over here, right? Ignore this. I'm just having fun with this joke over here. So, this is a typical Owen Mill photo right here. Okay, that was a shabby one, but you guys got it. Okay. Yes, follow through. We can do this. Yes, I'm telling you, man, as soon as you open the Means for Talk volley, I'm in there. I am in there. Boom. Yo, what's up, man? Yesterday, that draw had me going crazy. I'm in a weird position. I hated the fact that the Lions and the Eagles had to play each other, technically outlaws, because, yeah, that's my squads. So that was a horrible game for me on all accords. But I'm glad it ended in the draw. I felt better at the end, but come on. All right, I know what I was going to show you guys. Let's get into something. Uh-oh. Hannity came through with a question. Let me answer her first before I dive into this. How do you feel about extra wide curve monitors? Hate them. I was about to buy one, trying to decide between curve or not curve. Great question, Hans. You got to do what you got to do, but I personally can't stand them. And my reasons are just as a designer, right? And I spend a lot of time still to this day doing design work for myriad things. When you draw the line on the screen to make sure that everything is level, for my visual acuities, having your monitor curve around your head messes up alignment. And to me, and people like myself and Alec and a couple of rest of us, like alignment of things is very, very important. And I will probably get distracted or wigged out or whatever. So I'm not a fan of them. But I will also tell you, having had a really, really wide sucker that didn't sit directly in front, it sat off to the side, watching what's at that end of the monitor is like this. So, yeah, I think if you are going to get one, anything over 34 inches probably needs to be curved. Anything under 34 inches, you can pick. And that also depends on your visual acuities. Once you become a certain vintage and, you do your LASIKs for far vision and not for short vision, like everything on that edge of that monitor required me to do the gangster lean. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, but if you can sit it right in front of you, you're going to have the camera on the top and do the, Instagram girl angle over the top, straight down. Yeah, maybe that would work. I can't do that because over here is where I keep all of the sexiness. And the down I look like Humpty Dumpty. So didn't want to do that. Strickland, what's up? I'm gonna be on Strick Show tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna be hanging out with my man Strickland, Harlan Merriweather Strickland III. All right, hold on, people. Hold on for one more day. Just hold on. Did I put it in here? No, it didn't. If you're not gonna change. Oh, don't you love it when you move stuff and you forgot where you moved it to? Ow. Dang. What about when you move stuff to places and you forgot where you moved it to? That is dumb. This is why you should keep everything in one spot. Oh well. Oh well, that's going to be just horrible. So we're going to cheat instead. We're going to do something different. This is just going to have to work. All right. Let me put my headphones on. It's going to require headphones. That's funny. But the part that's bothering me is as soon as we're done, I'm going to go, oh, yeah, it's right there. Found it. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, you're the man. You found it. You found it for me. All right. So I'm going to take this bad boy here. You're going to see why in a second. And I do know where all the cables are. I got hundreds of them in the drawer right here. I'm just trying to see if this one's long enough. Yep. All right. So let me put this here. Paul, PK, all day. I use Alphonic. It's my go-to. Okay, just getting the alignment about right. All right, that's in there. That's in there. And then take out this cable. Is this cable long enough? I'm going to just plug this in here. Oh, even better. It plugs from the bottom. Okay. And then plug it into the old machine. Gangster. All right. We're going to do some testing here. A little switcheroo. All right. Got that Samsung monitor. Boom. There you go. And not from Tesco. All right, what the heck is the name of the store then? Is it because I don't know where I got Tesco from. Maybe that was to buy some PG tips. That's funny though. All right, I need my headphones for this. All right, you guys about to get learned on some stuff here. We're gonna try something. This app might show up a little bit weird just due to the fact that it is in what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't really have a window, but we like to show these apps in a window. So let me see if I can make this happen. No, not that. That was not what we was trying to done. You want this one. And then we're gonna click here, primary display, bam. Okay, it does work. All right, so I'm gonna introduce you guys to, oh wait, I'm about to mess up my whole scene over here. We're not doing that. We're going to make a new one. Okay, because we're not going to mess up the whole scene playing around over here. So let's go like this. That works. Go like this. Hit the squircle. Now we're hitting switches on the next block. Pop this over here. Click this here. And then bam, caster. All right, I want to school you guys about this application here called Caster. Caster. It is from a place called Ginger Audio. And what I want to show you real quick here, can I move this back over here and it works? Well, yes, it do. Oh, now we are cooking with Pam. Okay, so right now you see nothing's happening because just the way I got it set up, right? So when the way this app works is this app is very much like Loopback, but better. Okay, it's not Loopback, but better. Negative 16 loudness under full scales. Negative 16. Vicky's Amazon. Well, I hope you use my link because I got Amazon UK affiliate too. So there. Yes, Tesco is a grocery store, Greg. Good to see you, fam. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to try to see if this thing works, right? So first of all, we could go into the settings situation and pick what type of file we're going to use. If we're doing a recording, if we're saving a recording, we can leave them as an MP3 file. We can save them as here, and then we can record after plugins, right? We're going to set our bit rate, resolution, all of that stuff from the above right there. Okay, so that's all in there. I might actually have to quit this app and bring it back because I plugged in that other mic after I, let me quit this. I plugged in that other mic after I had already had the app running. So it might be one of those type of apps where it requires basically running with the thing plugged in. Okay, so there we go. Now we're plugged in. What I'm going to do is select my microphone here, and I'm going to select Rode Video Mic NTG. Okay, and I'm going to select technically mono, but I'm going to just select stereo for the sake of this argument. Okay, so in theory, I got my Rode Video Mic NTG turned on there. All right. So we're going to, man, this better work. This is my first time messing with this, so if this don't work, hey, we're back to the drawing board. That's saying what I'm listening to. And if I turn that off here and set that, you can set your meters, how you want your loudness to be. Normally just leave it at the stock true peak. That's pretty much all you need. That's going to give us the answer. As far as how we have that set up, here we have the ability to go light mode, dark mode, right? Here we have how big you want it to be if you need to scale it because you can't see. Here are some of the pro features that are in the pro version. Right now we're in the free version. I did get the pro version due to the fact that it was Black Friday and it's on sale. And then this is so that you can pin it on top, and this is so you can control in and out devices if you have other devices you want to control. So here you got Control Center, Desktop Audio, Ecamm Live, whatever. These are the apps that you can put in. So like Loopback, we're thinking of how you would plug this in order to, what's the word I'm looking for? How you would plug this in order for it to come out on your computer, right? And this here is what you set up as your mix. So if I come in and say select the Caster Stream Mix as the audio source in your streaming software, meaning come over to Ecamm and let me add another one so I don't mess this up. And then go to Stream Mix 1. I can see right now it's not routing any audio, but we'll get it there. If I listen to that, okay, still not routing any audio. But let's try something to see if this works. You guys should hear that, and it should be absolutely loud. Okay, so that means that whatever comes out of here, whatever comes out of this particular application is going to come over to Ecamm and it come through Caster Stream Mix 1. So question, when I hit this, do you guys hear it? I'm going to assume the answer is yes. All right, now I'm going to go in and add a microphone track. So for the microphone track, we're going to put the video NTG and we're going to put that in stereo. All right, so now I have a microphone track and you can see the microphone track is bouncing. And so now over here, you can see that the microphone track is coming out of Ecamm. Now, what I want to do is make sure that I am listening back on my road because I need to be able to hear. That's the answer. 1, 2, and then listen. Now I can hear it, okay? So if I mute this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you guys can still hear me talking over there, right? That's all working. And now you're hearing the video mic NTG and the sound of the video mic NTG as it is coming through. Okay. So I could set this for my Mac audio speakers, but for right now, I'm not going to do that. All right, I can put this back on. So when you are, let me do this. Hold on. Now I am listening to the Rode Video Mic NTG. So let me do that. Now I can hear everything inside the Rode Video Mic NTG. Yes, it's coming out of there. Now, here's where this thing gets kind of dope. Let's see. Everybody can hear that. Good, good, good. We're working. We're working. Alec don't even know about this. Alec don't know about this. I'm trying to school this kid. Now, here's what you talk about. The Rode Video Mic NTG is a fantastic mic, and yes, it sounds good. Let me crank this up a smidgen. There we go. I had it on a negative pan. We don't want that. There we go. This should be normal. Okay, here we go. We had it on a negative pad, so I had it padded by 20 decibels. Anyway, so when we click over here, you'll see I got 2 plugins available, right? So if I turn these off, the sound should sound different now. It shouldn't have that same level of oomph and savoir-faire, right? And that's because we are listening to it. We're listening to it basically with the plugin turned off. If I turn the plugin back on, we should get a little extra oomph, oomph, right? And then this first plugin is called Voice Purity. That is similar to what you guys are going to have when we're talking about an application like Krisp, right? If we're talking about an application like Krisp or an application like Audio Hijack, right? So that's right here. So we hit this Voice Purity. Let me bring the plugin into position. I just accidentally hit it behind the window, so you can't see what's popping. Bring it close to here so that they're side by side, right? So this is the Voice Purity, and you can say like how you want it to sound or, you know, whatever, and you're going to basically control it with this particular knob that's going to adjust your voice purity. I don't have a really loud room, so I don't have to hit that switch that hard in order for me to see it, you know, it popping off or it. So what I'm going to do now is hit voice radio. And now when the voice radio comes on, you can see that now we are cooking with Pam, right? So inside here, we have a combination of the input or the output, whatever, right? So I can crank up this output and give you a whole different sauce, right? And right now, to me, I sound goofy because I'm hearing it twice, but I'm just going to quiet that down. You know what I mean? So now we got voice radio turned on. And then you can mess with this expander here, give yourself a little bit of love. Look, you can crank up that bass to give you that even deeper radio voice. Be like, hi, my name's Paul Duncan, and I'm sexy as, you know what I mean? So you can do that. Then you can come in here and add a little bit of exciter. So the exciter is what gives you that higher high, that lower low. If I turn this off, it goes back to normal. If I turn this on, you immediately get that boom, right? Now, Vicky, I see your question. I'm going to come to you in just a second. You guys are listening to this. You're listening to the sounds of MC Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, right? Sorry, I muted it. Anything I pop through Caster will come out of with the word I'm looking for. Anything I pop through Caster will come out of Ecamm pre-processed by Caster. So my Ecamm sound mix is showing you this. I can see according to that it's a little hot. So let me drop this down a little bit. I'm looking at my meters. I'm going to change this meter situation to loudness at full scale. So let's do an integrated loudness at full scale. We want to be at -16. So let's drop this back just a little bit more. And that puts me, should be right over here. Still kind of hot in this area. But let me close plugins for a second and back this back down. And now I'm about right where I need to be according to Ecamm. So right now, this is just the basic. This is what the app comes with. You got voice radio. And I don't really need that much bass. I'm already bassy enough. And I could take some of this exciter off. But you can see, you can get in here and you can add a little bit. You can crank up this compression. You can play with the compression, whatever. Now, you're going to say, oh, well, these are cool. And to answer Vicky's question, because Vicky wants to know like how this would work with singing, right, is all I'd have to do is come over here to the plugins area and then hit plus. And then you get all of the Apple plugins, which if you saw Alex stream yesterday, Alex was talking about it, but he didn't know that these are the standard audio units. But I can come into the audio units and add all myriad types of stuff. These audio units come with every Mac. They're already built in. If you don't have as many as I have, it's because you don't have Logic installed. But there's a way to get most of this stuff for free from Apple. You can just download it. But if I didn't like the stock compressor, I could bring up this multi-band compressor from the Apple situation, and I can control the compressor myself, in which case I would turn off voice radio and just use the Apple compressor and then mess with the bands accordingly as to how I wanted it to work, right? So I can adjust this compressor myself. If I don't want to use the Apple compressor here, I could come in and pick something else like let's just go to the standard dynamics processor. Sorry, Apple keeps loading these things on the other side. I'll even turn off voice purity for a second so you can hear it just like this. So right now, it's taking out all of the noise down here. If I lower this noise floor, then you'll hear more of the noise. If I crank this noise floor up higher, then I'm setting my compression according to the noise in my room. It's about right here. So that way I don't have to compress as hard. I'm gonna lift a little bit higher. I don't have to compress as hard in order to get the same output. And then I can even raise how much room I want to give myself to kind of bounce out of the thing. So all of a sudden I go, whoa! You know, it compressing it is not letting anything come out like that, right? So you don't have to use the built-in plugins, and they have a lot more plugins available on their website. Another thing I like about this app, and I'm going to show you real quick, I'm going to run this desktop audio, but let's go and add another app. So in this particular app, I need to open the app first. This is something we might really not use as Ecamm because we have it built into Ecamm. But if you're trying to simplify this, like add in Zoom, I don't really have Zoom right now. I'm just going to use Apple Music. I'm going to take Apple Music and come in here and see if I got an epidemic track in here somewhere. Let me throw an epidemic track in here so that it makes some noise. ES underscore. I love the fact that you can find your epidemic soundtracks just by typing ES underscore on your thing. And then they're all coming in, right? It just is. All right, so let me drop this in here. No. Yeah, let's drop this. Right now. Oh, you guys are hearing that. Okay, cool. Because I have it set for desktop audio. Let me mute desktop audio. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna actually add Apple Music as its own separate thing. All right, so now I got Apple Music here. I can crank that down a little bit. I can leave this here. So I'm not using desktop audio. Desktop audio is just your system. This desktop audio could be something altogether different, right? So while I have this in here and I have the desktop audio turned on, I could do things like add a plug-in to my desktop audio. So like I might want to put a peak limiter so I don't accidentally play something too loud. Wait, Paul says I was muted. Hold on. So when I'm talking on the mic here, you don't hear the mic part, Paul? I think now, yeah, the mic part is here. It's just, it got quieter because I have this desktop audio routed on, right? If I turn that on, yeah, no, you should be able to hear me right. Let me just double check to make sure if everybody can hear. It could be anything, EQ, compressor, any of the Apple audio units plug in will just work. The one thing that's kind of funny to me is it doesn't have, it doesn't take, what's the word I'm looking for? Why is my brain stuck? It doesn't take VST plugins yet. Hopefully they'll add that, but otherwise to me it's pretty good. So you can adjust their peak limiter to however much attack time, release time, and in your pregame, you can say like how much I want this to be limited, and I can run that, you know, so I don't accidentally pop out too loud on a music track or something of that nature. But as you can see, this is way better. Oh man, see, Paul, and this is why you don't listen to one people. This, as you can see, this can take a microphone that's otherwise sounds great, but is not super great, and then make it sound great just by hitting this and give it that whole extra something, right? So even if you are using lavalier or shotgun out of frame or whatever, but you want to give it a little bit more of that extra some, you can do that, right? So I can back this compressor and compander off, take off some of the bottom, right? So it's not too nuts. And then even if I wanted to peel back some of the input volume so it's not too hot, and then crank up a little bit more of the output volume, right? I can adjust these things. So I'm making it so that, you know, nothing gets out of hand. If you double click these, they go back to their default values, right? These take everything back to their default values. And then, yeah, you can turn things on and off. But as you can see, as I just toggle the plugins on and off, right? So I'm going to do something kind of crazy in Ecamm. 1 second. This is the Rode NTG just by itself, nothing else, right? The way I have this set right now, you're not going to hear anything but the Rode NTG, right? No caster added, no nothing, right? We're just completely listening to the Rode NTG, right? As soon as I switch this is the Rode NTG after caster. So this is what you're hearing from Caster Stream Mix 1. Let me close this so you can get a bigger look. So now let me close this so nothing else is distracted. We're mainly paying attention to this area right here. So with this guy turned on, you're legit listening to just the Rode NTG after caster. Let me do one more thing to make this make more sense. And let me go hit this. Nope, wrong button. and hit this. Ecamm live sound levels. Bam. All right, now this makes more sense. So in Ecamm, I have it set to Caster Stream Mix 1. Only other thing I'm going to change here is I want to be hearing this. All right. So now I got my output set to Caster, right? And then I have my input on Ecamm set to Caster Stream Mix 1. So now I am hearing the difference between when I have my radio voice coming through, and the SM7B is muted, by the way, just so you know. So this is what you're listening to. This is something like the Rode NTT Video Micro with 2 plugins turned on. I got voice purity, which I kind of sort of don't need because my room is quiet, but just in case, I got voice purity on and voice radio, right? In Ecamm, I have it set for Caster Stream Mix 1. And then the listening portion in Ecamm is I'm telling it to listen to Caster, right? And then now everything is everything. So that is easy. Let's go. One more thing I want to show you is if I press this record button, this means this is going to enable this recording. Down here, I can record things into this box. That's right. Get ready for the Cyber Weekend sale. This weekend, Friday through Monday, save 40% off on all plans, annual subscriptions. I completely messed up my own script. But anyway, when I stop this and I check the folder, I'm going to get a folder here. Wait, I got to do one more thing. Got to add one more to you guys. Here. And then let's look at this folder. Finder. Oh, this, come on. Mary. Finder. There we go. You'll notice that in the app, basically what it does is it records the application track, the music track, the Caster Stream Mix track, which is everything thrown together, the Rode NTG mic by itself, the monitor mix, and then any soundboard tracks if I had them. I don't have anything on the soundboard track, but I would get an independent recording of everything output-wise. Well, you guys can't hear that. I have desktop audio muted. My bad. Why do I have it muted? What's going on? Go away. See, now I just messed my own self up. Hold on. Let me make that go out of the way. And then I have this on. Anyway, when you listen to them, you'll hear that this particular one is the raw track, and the other one is just the raw track of just my mic with no effects. So you can hear the difference between before the recording and after the recording. So before plugins, after plugins. And that's also a setting that's built into the application. So this app is just dope. And right now we're just using the free version. As soon as I hit this, it's going to take me to the site to get the real version. And then all I got to do is plug in my code in theory and restart, and we should be good to go. So let me see. Close that. We don't need that. And then, yeah, so anyway, I'm going to have to quit this in order to do that. So let me go back to normal. Bam. And then go back to mute and. Yes. Okay, now we're back to just regular me being me. Anyway, so I thought you might get a kick out of that. Again, it's free for the basic, but if you're going to buy it, you might want to get it today because it's 25% off. So that would just make your life altogether better. Let me check this out. I did cover this. Yes, it is EQ and compression. That part is there, but you can do way more. Any plugins that are built into the Apple AU plugins, they have a bunch of plugins available on their site. And actually, it goes one step further than that. All right. let me come here and put this in the right window. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, here we go. Ginger audio. So this is the Black Friday situation. This is also dope. This is something you should probably get. Vicky and Dragon, all my musician type people. This is their real thing. It's called Control Room. Control Room will actually let you bring in instances of your DAW plus Spotify, your piano directly, any of the outputs you have going to various monitors. You can control everything. This is like having a giant audio routing app in your thing. And again, right now on Black Friday, it's on sale for $59. But this would allow you, Vicky, to actually take the audio from your DAW and connect it in with Ecamm a lot simpler. So a combination of the two, ground control caster is what we were just using just now, and then Control Room. If you mix those two together, you musicians will be in a much better situation than you were before trying to figure all this stuff out. And we didn't even get into the fact, but you guys already figured it out. It has sound pads like if you know you're trying to do the whole Rodecaster Pro action, it's in there. Why can't I hear that? Oh, because I have my headphones set to listen to the wrong thing. Let me change this. Now I should hear it. Do that again. And so you can, come in here and plug in your own stuff. All of these are in there. Yeah, get it. Anyway, stop messing with that, Doc. So yes, you can get in there. You can do stuff. So let me show you. This was the regular one. You can download the free version. You get 14 days on that. You can play with it. But I'm going to tell you right now, while it's on Black Friday, you probably want to get this. This works with all these different apps. I got to call these people and tell them to add Ecamm to this dot down here because, it's missing a couple of things. But it's quite incredible. This bigger version here, I think it's completely separate though. This will just handle monitoring, routing, like all of the above. So it'll allow you to get your DAW and fly it in. So yeah, you can pull particular tracks out of your DAW, not just the whole master sound. You can pull in your USB microphone, MacBook Pro microphone, external outputs. You can adjust everything. So it has like built-in loopback by taking that and bringing it back over here. Right? So A, cheaper than loopback. B, I think it's better. It's just me. The regular price is $79 right now, so sell for $59. And so yeah, I would say get ground control and check out Caster, and it's dope. And you know what I accidentally completely 118% screwed up on? Didn't check the bottom first. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now I'll say check the bottom first to see if they have a affiliate thing. Hello. You're supposed to always check that, people. Anyway, check out this ground control situation. I think it's dope. It's pretty amazing. And what was the Friday Black special for this? It was cheap. I just remember that. You know what? I'll look at the paper and tell you what it was. It was super simple, but I just thought you guys might get a kick out of that. So let me check on the people in the chatty chat. Minimum room noise. Oh, you know who needs this app more than anybody in our stream? Yes. Oh, the voice purity was making a difference? Okay, Keely. See, I don't really have, the way I have my Rodecaster Pro set up right now, I couldn't hear it. This is going to come in really handy with just something like the standard MacBook microphone. I heard when I put it on my M2 and I was just listening to what it did to the MacBook microphone, I was like, loud. Yes, absolutely. This is crazy. This is crazy. Not that Wawa, Adam. That's the food place. Oh, okay. Dang it, Paul. I got you. That was because I had two mics running at the same time, Adam. When I had this guy unmuted and that guy unmuted. It's not an echo. People, wait, you can't see that. Hold on. I'm gonna get this to you guys' head. One day in my life, I'm gonna teach people it is not echo. When you hear two at the same time that are not properly 100% synced because audio latency doesn't work that way, this is not echo. Echo sounds like this. Hello, 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 hello. That's echo. You know when you go to the cavern, yo, 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 yo. That's echo. Hearing the same thing, that's not echo. That's slapback. I'm gonna keep hammering it until people get it through their head, because it's not echo. This program doesn't know how to do echo. Honestly, like no streaming app knows how to do echo unless you use an echo filter. They only know how to do slapback. All right, that's it. See, music people, they know. It's just two mics on. Cash did not like all of that jittering. Sorry. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, right? Can you explain it? This is why we're doing the demo here, so that you can see how it works. Uh, let's see. Here's the question. It's such a simple question. If I were to take this microphone here and change it to be the Rodecaster Pro 2 main stain stereo, bam, now that's what it is, right? I'm gonna ignore this label, and so now when I do this, you're listening to the Rodecaster Pro 2. So it's audio routing from your computer. If your computer can hear it, it can mess with it. It might sound funny because it's already compressed coming out of the Rodecaster Pro 2, and now I'm compressing it again, but this is legit listening to the Rodecaster Pro 2 through this bad boy. And I know because if I unmute it, so yes, it has nothing to do with USB or XLR. Wow, it sounds crazy coming from the Rodecaster Pro 2, double compressed and double expanded and double voice presence. I sound like, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the sounds of DJ Command K. You don't have to have any RCPs. It can be any microphone. The point is, if I just did it with this and did it with that, it's anything your Mac can hear, it can do, right? That was the point. This is perfect for somebody. Never mind. I was going to say, this is perfect for somebody like Keely. Keely, I'm going to tell you right now, me and Alec will fight over this. This is way doper than that shit that Elgato threw together with Wave Plus. This is made for musicians, by musicians, not made for gamers. Like, this is the real deal, Holyfield. Ginger Audio, they're not brand new. They've been in the game for a hot minute. This is the real stuff. This is even doper than Loopback, right? So they took basically what Loopback has been doing forever and made it less effery. They took out the effery. Let me stop this. This is making my head hurt. There you go. They basically gave it way. Yeah, you can skip that thing altogether. I like the new thing. I like the knobs, but we're gonna have this fight again. Mil spec, metal, built like a tank. Just the app is harder to use, but the hardware is hard. Versus plastic gamer, fruity color buttons, not mil spec potentiometers, just random off the shelf Costco potentiometers, rotary encoders. They do the same thing. There's a difference in the build quality. So to get the build quality of the LD, yes, it's a lot harder to do that. Tommy had a good question. Let's see, Tommy. We got IF, we got Core Audio, we got FLAC, MP3, OGG Vorbis, and Wave. Let's go to Wave. You don't have to do any output. I got it set at 32-bit float. Come on, Tommy, 32-bit float, family. And then you can before plugins, after plugins, or both. You can get all both of them. I love that. I'm gonna go after plugins. If I wanted to do an AIFF file, boom, I can only get 24-bit float there. If I do a FLAC file, bam, 24-bit float, highest quality. Yes, yes, yes. Gangster, gangster. You got MP3 files. I would come in here and I'd put 320 constant bit rate, and then I'd rock that resolution at like that 16 level. If you're going to hit an Arc Vorbis, it's already at 500, and Arc Vorbis does support 32-bit float, and I would just rock wave, pure Dur wave, and then hit that 32-bit float. Okay. Right. Thank you. You can be right all you want to. It's everybody got their own. Hey, some people still think I need to drive a stick in order to prove my coolness. No human can outshift any of the modern auto computers right now. And yeah, stick is dead. Nobody wants to hear that. So, shit happens. Anyway. Let me cover this for Paul. Spend the $40. $40. Spend it. Why are we getting around? Spend the $40. That has been your ASMR talk for today. Really though, why are we getting around? I just want to know. What is the point? What is even the point? Why? Just do it. Pull the trigger. We're not playing games around here. All right, so we're going to do something real quick. Right? You know what I'm saying? All right. Paul, here we go. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to take this, and first of all, let me quit this. I don't need this anymore. Make that go away. Yes. And then. No, I don't, unfortunately, Vicky. I wish I did. I do not. And then I want to get rid of that. Making my head hurt. Don't listen to that. All right, cool. Gangster. No, there's not. I'm going to do this for Paul real quick. My phone. My neck, my back, my phone, and my phone. I'm going to go to voice memo. Voice memos. All right. There it is. This is a recording of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I am literally just talking to this iPhone Pro Max. This is just handheld, approximately 7 to 8 inches away from the face. And we're just throwing it in there, doing the things, talking about stuff. And then we're going to get really loud, and then we're going to get really soft. So even if I'm talking like softer than normal, because, I got a secret, and then all of a sudden I go like this, like what in the heck is going on? And still come back to like a lower voice. We want to hear what happens. This is known as auto leveling. Now I'm going to pull the phone slightly further away from my face, and then I'm going to pull the phone slightly closer to my face. And at the end of this, we now have 50 seconds of audio in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, hit done. Okay, that's done. Right? We're going to go on the phone here and share this to the computer. Come on, fingers. There's the share sheet. I'm just going to airdrop this to my computer. There's the there we go. Now we in there like swimwear. Yes, sir. Okay. So, this is for Brother PK. I wouldn't be surprised, JFK, because that's how you do it. So, super simple. New audio production. I'm not even going to use a preset here. We're going to do this from Naked, right? I got my preset, so mine is even faster than this PK, but you don't even need to do that. I got my audio, right? I'm going to relabel this file so I know what it is. PK demo. pop sauce. All right, so I'm going to choose the file. Choose file, and I'm going to hit PK demo. Bam, in there. All right. I'm not going to worry about filling out the metadata. Normally, I fill out the metadata, but you don't have to. Depends on what you're using it for. If we're going to use this for a podcast, we can set it at an MP3. If we're going to use this for something that's going to go into, say, Final Cut or whatever, we're going to come down and select WAV. For this particular program, we're going to leave it at MP3. All right. Bit rate, I always pick 320. Why is anybody playing with lower MP3 bit rates with today's internet speed? I don't know. Let me not do that. Right? Dang. I just realized that after yesterday and today, my voice sounds like Tone Loc. Okay, so this is all you're going to say. You're going to roll down to the bottom and just make sure blue. Let me turn them off so you can see. This is what we're going to check. Adaptive leveling, yes. Why? Because I was moving my face in and out. Filtering, yes. High pass, low pass, noise. Simple noise, not heavy noise. And then loudness normalization, because I was moving my phone back and forth, right? Or, being like a person on the mic, because sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out, you just want to get it evenly. Then we are going to podcast or mobile. So -16, loudness under full scale. That's it, right? Now, I don't have any noise. My room is quiet. If I was somewhere noisy, or if I was outside, or if I was in the UK or somewhere where my mains, I think that's what they call it, the mains were making my in the bottom of my audio, that low pitch rumble, then I would check this. I don't need that. If you don't need it, never press it. If you press it when you don't need it, you get underwater sounding voice. I've been trying to distill this into Luis's head for a minute, but he'll get there. If you don't need the noise reduce, it's better to have a little random noise here and there than to turn this on and sound underwater. Trust me on that. Off. Now, you don't have to, but I do, okay? This will sound good as is, right? Go to advanced parameters and just set the program loudness to dialogue loudness because I am worried about me talking. In this particular case, it was just an audio file with no background music or, people moving dishes or Tom Buck telling bad jokes in the background. None of that. It was just straight dialogue. So you don't have to press this button. I do it habitually so that way I never forget. Never forget. Ichima. Never forget. I always come in here, hit advanced parameters, and set it to dialogue loudness. I don't touch any of the other stuff. I just leave that. I don't mess with my compressor strength. I just leave that. But if you just leave it like that, it's fine. In this case, because I know it's just dialogue, there's no other background noise or anything like that, I'm going to just leave the advanced off. But I'm just telling you that I do. Okay, so now I'm going to hit start production, right? It's going to tell me that it's going to use some of my time. It's okay. Uploading the file, waiting for the file. The file is going to wait. It's going to think. And while it's thinking, I'm going to say, what's up, Buck Nasty? Buck Nasty in the building. Ooh, Buck, you missed everything. I got something cool to show you, player. I got something cool to show you, player. And then let me download that real quick. And then come back over to Chia. All right. The same thing. They're exactly the same thing. I don't know if people know this, but they're exactly the same thing. The noise reduction in audio and the noise reduction in photo from this level of purity is the same thing. It's when the digital has to interpolate space where there's no actual signal, it generates digital noise, right? So in a way, they're the same thing. In this particular case, they're not the same thing. In this particular case, we're talking about noise like that kind of stuff. All right, anyway. So here is the original file. This is a recording of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I am literally just talking to this iPhone Pro Max. This is just handheld, approximately 7 to 8 inches away from the face. And we're just throwing it in there, doing the things, talking about stuff. And then we're going to get really loud, and then we're going to get really soft. So even if I'm talking like softer than normal, because, I got a secret, and then all of a sudden I go like this, like what in the heck is going on, and still come back to like a lower voice. We want to hear what happens. This is known as auto leveling. Now I'm going to pull the phone slightly further away from my face, and then I'm going to pull the phone slightly closer to my face. And at the end of this, we now have 50 seconds of audio in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Perfect. And I got my message out just in time. Now I'm going to play the affected version. This is the MP3. I'm going to put it in a separate spot on this list so I know which one I'm listening to. Now, this is after it's been crushed to MP3 too, by the way. This is a recording of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I am literally just talking to this iPhone Pro. This is a recording of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is a recording of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I am literally just talking to this iPhone Pro Max. This is just handheld, approximately 7 to 8. So yeah, there you go. There's your Auphonic actually happening in real time, baby. It's actually super simple. It's quite amazing. And yeah, it's the dope sauce. Hey, Tom, since you came late, let me show you this because this is cool. So what I was showing these folks earlier while you was missing is, let me switch. And then now, this is this right here. You're listening to the sound levels, popping through the sound levels, okay? And then I hit these plugins, bam, bam. And then now you listen to the sounds of MC Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, 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 Rock. It's incredible, right? It's absolutely incredible. Let me stop messing with that. Let me turn that back off. Castro is cool. Like Castro is, if Loopback didn't have to suck, it's Castro. Tom, since you're here again, I'm gonna switch it back on real quick. Check this out, bro. You come in here, you got all of the Apple AU joints up in here. You can put like every single one, whichever one you need. High pass filter, low pass filter, band pass. Let's throw a little high pass because I hear a little hissy hiss, right? I can bring my high pass filter in over here. I can adjust where I'm going to be at, hit my couple of Ks, right? Yes, Caster. Did I say Castro? Sorry, I was thinking Sacha Baron Cohen. Anyway, so yeah, now you can hear it. Like, this is gold. This is gold. So anybody with the Ecamm life that's, trying to, man, I high pass that sucker to death. Let me turn that back off. Anybody with their Ecamm life that's trying to sound better before they get started, boom. All you got to do is set it up. Again, you want Castro Stream Mix 1 as your audio situation. And then, yeah, because I over processed it. See, you can over process things. This is why we don't over process things, right? This is why we adjust ourselves to be like this, right? So anyway, you can see this is incredible. I am hearing the sounds of my voice. You are listening to the sound of my voice. And then I can get that deep bass. Bass. All right, there you go. Let me stop messing with this. Remember, double click the knobs to go back to their default situations, and then it's a lot better. I'm telling you, all you guys out there playing with Krisp and Loopback, give it up. Get yourself some grown folks action. Check out Caster from Ginger Audio. It is the business. It works on everything, right? It works on everything. I know. Turn that off. I got it. I had 2 mics at once. It works on everything. And it's cool. Like, it is just cool. I'm telling you, best 40 some odd bucks you about to. This is a recording of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I am literally. I don't want to hear myself again. Oh, I know why. I accidentally added it to the scene. Anyway, that was it, gang. I just wanted to show you guys some cool stuff and, help them well with his situation. And now I have to go make a whole video on how to actually use Castro like a boss. It is so cool. It is so cool, right? So, Tom, since you weren't here, I'll give you the skinny. USB mics, XLR mics, anything that your Mac can hear, it can mess with. And as you can see from the screenshots that I had going, you can come over here and add as many apps as you want, right? I can add Chrome if I want to. I can add Safari if I want to, right? So I can have different volume controls for each one of those guys. I can individually mute them. I can close these plugins. I can turn these plugins off at any given point, right? I have record capabilities, Tom. And the part that you missed is when I record the capabilities, it sends these bad boys into a folder on your desktop, and you can get a individual track for each one of these pre-effects and post-effects if you wish. You have those options. So when you come up in here, you can select whether you're getting pre-plugins, after plugins, or both, and you can select wave or MP3 or flag or car audio or whatever. Like it's pretty nasty. For 45 bucks on sale right now, it's pretty nasty. And I don't know why anybody is playing with any of the others, including that Elgato Wave, whatever thing they call it, because that's child's play. This is grown folks action over here. Oh, that's funny, Vic. Leave stuff alone, girl. Leave stuff alone. Right? It does add a lot of flexibility to the Rodecaster Pro. Right? Anyway, now you guys have been schooled. Don't say Uncle Doc ain't give you nothing cool to buy for Black Friday, because I don't want y'all to buy no more gear. I don't want nobody in this stream to buy another piece of gear. What I want you to buy is training, classes, courses, things that will actually do something for you instead of another piece of gear sitting on your shelf that ain't doing nothing, right? Speaking of which, go see Tom's channel real quick if you need some training. If you need to spend some money on something this Black Friday, go see Brother Tom's channel. He'll help you out. He got stuff you can spend money on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Family, this has been dope. Appreciate y'all. Wait, I saw Taylor slid up in here. Where'd she go? I gotta say hi to Taylor. I saw her slide in here when I was being goofy. Hi, Taylor. Welcome. Guys, if you want to see something cool, I put the thing in the Discord. I put the link in the Discord. Taylor and Jordan, they roasted me hardcore. And it was good. It was good. I just want to let you know that no matter what you're doing, no matter where you think you are, everybody is trainable. Everybody is learnable, right? Everything is learnable, right? I listened to that sucker a couple few times, and I am going to be setting up my SAM card situation this weekend, and we're going to be set. I'm going to do exactly what they told me to do because I am coachable, right? You got to be coachable. You always got to be learning. You can't. I know is the dumbest set of words in the English language. I can't stand them. I know. Because half the people that be I know are saying I know defensively. There are situations where you can use it because you actually know, like your zipper's undone. Don't say I know. You didn't. Okay. But like if somebody says, oh, your shoes untied, yeah, I know because my feet swollen. I'm old. I had it, I had them open so that I could relax. That's one thing. But the people, when you flick out an I know defensively, you're just ruining yourself. You just missed an opportunity to learn something. And so, yes, although she thinks she's always right, she's not always right. She does a lot of right, right? But like, even then, right? Everybody got to be learnable, right? So, and Keely, congratulations on your movement this week. We'll talk about that in session. I'm not gonna put your business in the street, but I'm just gonna sing your congratulations, give you flowers where them flowers is due, because you set it up. You set it up good. So probably on one of these next streams, you guys are gonna want to hear me. Oh, yes, Tommy, I forgot to answer that question. My bad. Hold on, let me show you, brother. I saw maybe it was in the email that they sent me, but they have more plugins. Let me see if I can find that link real quick. 1 second, bro. First of all, it's not like magic. I just can't, pull it out. Let me stop messing with Tommy. The reason why I have such a hard time with this is I keep typing in Castro. I don't know why my brain keeps typing in Castro, but it's Caster, right? So if I go here to Ginger Audio and go to downloads, let me pop this Booyaka. Okay, so there it is. There's sample packs that you can download, and I could swear that I saw somewhere where there was additional plugins you could get, but here's one thing you can know: there are a lot. I mean, a lot of audio unit plugins available. There's a lot of professional plugins that are AU audio unit available, right? But like these are a bunch of free ones right here, Tommy, that are just straight available. So like loudness max, this would be a good one for you guys that's similar to Auphonic, but not because it's not going to do that neural engine processing. But you could come in here and say, I want to set this threshold to -16, and I want the output padded down to like -3, and then you can pull out a loudness maximizer, right? Loudness is a little bit different from level. You could have a stereo tool if because you're speaking into a mono microphone, but you want to have it a little bit more extra sound popping off, right? So there's a bunch of stuff in here. Ooh, you got an amp emulator for guitar. So the stuff that you see in VST, they're oftentimes a very equivalent AU plugin of the same thing. The most commonly known VST plugin to man is something like the Waves bundle. And if I remember correctly, Waves and Isotope, they both have AU capabilities, right? Izotope. And what's a good Isotope one? Neutron. I think it's AU compatible as well. So if you were to go into Isotope and you go, ooh, Isotope got Black Friday sale. Stay away from this stuff, people. Don't be like me. I'm pretty sure that these are AU system compatible as well. And yep, right there. See? So you have AU compatibility here. There's tons of places to find AU compatible plugins. Everybody just always asks for VST because that's what everybody knows. Everybody knows VST 1, VST 3, but most of the plugins that I've seen that come in VST, most of them have a AU compatible. This audio unit, that's Apple's core engine. And to be honest, the AU plugins use less system resources than the VST plugins, so they're technically better for us Apple users. I guess one reason why people want VST is they might have more than one machine, right? They might have a PC machine and a Mac machine, so they want to buy a single plugin. That's the only reason why I could think of it, or that's just what they know. Because if you remember correctly from back in the day, Pro Tools was AAX. So I don't know why everybody just went VST crazy, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's plenty of plugins out there available, even if I remember correctly, when I was fishing around the Ginger audio space yesterday, I did see somewhere to download additional plugins. So, but again, there's plenty of them out there. Good question, Tommy, by the way. The Apple ones that I have, all of those either came from Final Cut or from Logic. So I believe even if you downloaded the trial for Logic and deleted it, that plugin stayed because Apple gives them away for free. They don't really charge you for those. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, brother PK. Thank you, Mr. Eric. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, family, let's go. Have yourself a merry little. We'll see you on Tuesday. We back again for another action. And yes, I'm not starting the ASMR channel, but I did want to, again, just big ups, Keela. Man, that one spins my head. That one spins my head amazingly. I'll see you in like a half an hour. Well, less than a half an hour. Peace out, family. See you guys in class today. Enjoy. Wait, where the heck did I move everything to? See, stop messing with stuff, Doc.